last verse of the second chapter, verse number 72. Esha brahmi sthitih Pārtha. Esha brahmi sthitih Pārtha. Nainam prapya vimuhyati. Nainam prapya vimuhyati. Sthitva syamantakalepi. Sthitva syamantakalepi. Brahmanirvāna mrucchati. Brahmanirvāna mrucchati. Lord Krishna says, Hey Partha, O Arjuna, Esha brāhmistihiti. This is the brāhmistihiti. This is called the divine state. Nainam prapya vimuhyati. Once attained this, one is never bewildered. Sthitva asyam antakalepi. Antakalepi asyam sthitva. Being in this state, even at the last moment, brahmanirvāna mrucchati. One attains brahmanirvāna, bliss of God, total peace. Let us understand this verse, my dear friends. Once a person is free from feeling of me and mine and is free from ego, a wonderful transformation occurs. His being is so purified that there is no turbidity of desires. And if there are no desires, where is the question of anger, lust, greed, jealousy? It's impossible. At this stage, it's pure existence. It's pure being. How does this transformation occur? How does this brāhmisthiti, this most divine state occurs? And you know what brāhmisthiti is? Those who attain this state, they become God. They do not belong to God. They become God. Because the soul is the same. The difference is of quantity. He is the whole and we are the part. Now we have become one with Him. When a drop of water falls into ocean, it becomes an ocean. Then you cannot separate that here, this was the drop and this is ocean. No, it's one. Similarly, when Jivatma, an individual soul, merges with the Supreme Soul, he becomes Supreme Soul. There is no difference between the two. But how does this brāhmisthiti come? There are 5 steps to it. First is Atma Gaurav. Once a person is free from egotism, once a person is free from the desires of object and other people, he is no more dependent on anything external for his peace and joy. So what happens at this stage? His self-esteem improves a lot. Till now, it was the size of the home, it was the make of the car, it was the amount that lied in your bank account, it was the suit that you are wearing, it was the membership of the club that you are attached with, counted a lot to boost your ego, your self-sense. But now once a person is free from desires, his power, his energy comes from within himself. So his self-esteem improves a lot. I am perfect the way I am. I don't need any object, anybody to boost my image. I am great. Why? Because I am a part of God. I am God. So the first thing when you come on this Advaita philosophy path, on this Sankhya path, on this path of wisdom, your self-esteem increases a lot. You are trying for such a wonderful goal that inferior goals, they just don't count. Whether you have it or not, it's immaterial. Self-esteem increases. Then self-confidence increases. Have you heard? I mean, you must have heard in your teenage, well, I couldn't finish my exam paper. Why? Because I didn't have right type of pen to write with. Isn't it funny? The brand of the pen does not determine your grades in exam, your result of the exam. But we have found some people arguing on such things. Once you are free from spruha, desire, mamatva and ego, what happens? Because of the self-esteem, your self-confidence increases. And then what comes is self-valor, atma bal increases. I can do what I decide. And as a result of this atma bal, the intuitive power increases. He thinks on an altogether different level. Most people are busy with such petty things in life. And here is this sthita prajna who thinks from an altogether different level. I read somewhere, a person asked a bird, "Hey little birdie, you're so small, you're so delicate. How can you fly?" And the bird answered, "It's because I spread my wings to hug, to encompass the whole world. And that is why I lift myself up. And I have such broad vision that I can actually own the world." Can you imagine the beautiful sight when we fly in an aircraft and look out of the window? The bird has that view all the time. Why? Because his wings are spread, his hands are spread to engulf the world, to love the world. And his vision is broad, its ideas are broad. The scene is not limited. This is what I mean by intuitive power of a sthita prajna person. His vision is so wide. Whatever he thinks is right. Whatever he does is right. That Atma Suchan, and ultimately the stage comes of Atma Shanti, self-peace. This is called brāhmistihiti. Nainam prapya vimuhyati. Once attained, nobody can falter from it. It is an irreversible path. Once attained, there is no question of bewilderment from that. Nainam. So this is the point of no return actually. There is no fall. This is such a height that there is no fall. Nainam prapya vimuhyati sthitva syam antakale api asyam sthitva. Even at the last moment. And last moment does not necessarily mean when you leave the world or at the time of death. No. At the time of any project. Life is a wonderful project, my dear friends. So if you have this vision, even when you are working on a project, when the project absolutely comes to an end, you attain so much peace, so much bliss within. brahmanirvāna mricchati. And Lord Krishna says it is a sthiti. Remember two words in Sanskrit. One is vritti and the other is sthiti. Sthiti comes from the root, Sanskrit root, stha. It means to stand, to steady. This is an unshakable position. While vritti comes from the Sanskrit root vrit. Vrit is to move about. Even the word for circle in Sanskrit it is called vartul. It comes from vrit. Vrit is to move about constantly. You feel that you are moving, but actually you are treading the same path. You are not going anywhere. That is what the world is all about. People feel that, oh, we are doing so much, but ultimately you are there where you were. You have come with empty hands. We all go with empty hands. So it's a vrit. But sthiti, steadiness, sthittvasya, and hence, look at the word. Lord Krishna says, sthita prajna, steady mind, steady intellect. Sthittvasya mantakalepi, brahmanirvāna mricchati. He attains the brahmanirvāna, the supreme bliss. Nowhere Lord Krishna refers the word death here. He just leaves body. As easily as he is moving from one room to the other. As easily as he is changing his clothes. In the 22nd verse of the 2nd chapter you have heard this. As if a person is changing old clothes and wearing new ones. Similarly, he just changes his body. Brahmanirvāna mricchati. The Sthita Prajna attains this supreme bliss. Most people in this world live in shrama, that is hard work, labor, while Sthita Prajna lives in vishrama. He does everything without stress, without getting exhausted, because the entire journey of life was not a burden for him. In fact, it was an endless celebration. I pray to God, my dear friends, that may the entire life, an entire journey, and whatever projects that you take in life, in social life, in material world, in your personal life, in emotional life, whatever you project, and even the spiritual life, whatever project you take, may it be a grand celebration, a wonderful, joyful, blissful journey for you all. I love you all, my dear friends, and may this divine journey continue. I eagerly look forward to see you all in UK, and I want to attend the class with you, for you, and I want to have these joyful moments with you. May God bless you all.